The sun rises over the open steppe. On one side, 50,000 soldiers wait for the command of the man who terrorized the Roman world and forced the Eastern Roman Empire to pay him enormous tributes. On the other side, 50,000 soldiers wait for a signal from the commander who erased entire empires from the map. There are no reinforcements, no fortress to hide behind, no walls to cover their retreat. Attila and Genghis Khan stand at the height of their power, commanding armies of equal size. Before the sun sets, one of these armies will be broken. As Attila moves toward the center, Hunnic horse archers gather around him. Elite cavalry forms beside them, but toward the wings, the army begins to look very different. Different banners, different armor, different battle cries. Gepids, Ostrogoths, and warriors from other subject peoples gather around their own chieftains. Attila faces a single enemy, but behind him stand many different forces, held together by the authority of one man. Across the field, Mongol horse archers spread into a wide formation. Cavalry units on the wings begin moving farther apart. Behind them, armored horsemen and fresh mounts wait without moving. Attila commands an army capable of delivering the first devastating blow. Genghis Khan commands an army built to control when and where that blow will fall. Before the battle begins, Mongol scouts race along the enemy line. At Attila's center, they see Hunnic warriors moving in a single rhythm. But as they approach the wings, the picture changes. Orders are shouted in different languages. Banners do not rise at the same time. Each contingent moves around its own leader. The scouts return. The center is strong. The wings are more fragile. Genghis Khan makes his decision. He will not attack Attila directly. First, he will separate him from his allies. Mongol riders surge forward, release their arrows, and turn away before contact can be made. The Huns answer in the same language. They wheel their horses around, fire while moving, and charge again before the Mongols can fully open the distance. The sky darkens beneath wave after wave of arrows. The Mongols quickly realize the truth. They are not facing a slow and helpless army. They are fighting another steppe power whose warriors were also raised in the saddle. The first attacks fail to break either side. But as the duel continues, the Mongols begin rotating their units. Warriors at the front withdraw to change horses, while fresh riders maintain the pressure. The Hunnic line has not broken, but Attila knows that if he allows the battle to continue like this for hours, his army will slowly be worn down. He decides not to wait. Attila concentrates his Hunnic cavalry at a single point. He orders his Germanic warriors forward. Then he throws his full weight against the Mongol right wing. The distance disappears within seconds. Arrows give way to spears and swords. Some Mongol horse archers are dragged into close combat before they can escape. Their formation bends backward. Several units become separated from the rest of the line. For the first time, Genghis Khan's army is in real danger. Attila increases the pressure. The Mongol right wing turns and begins to flee. First a few units, then the entire formation. But the retreat is too organized, too inviting. Attila pulls his horse to a stop. He recognizes the trick. An army that chases fleeing cavalry will stretch out, grow exhausted, and eventually find itself surrounded from both sides. Attila orders the horns to sound. His warriors stop. The Hunnic cavalry reforms its lines. The first trap collapses before it can close. But Genghis Khan has learned something important. Attila will not be deceived. If he cannot draw Attila into the trap, he will draw in one of Attila's less disciplined allies. The Mongols now turn toward the Germanic wing. They strike the same units again and again. They approach, fire, and retreat. During the final attack, they scatter as though they have suffered heavy losses. leaving wounded warriors and riderless horses behind. At the same time, two Mongol cavalry columns move far beyond the main battle line. Folds in the terrain and clouds of dust hide exactly where they are going. Attila notices the movement, but he cannot yet see which formation they are targeting. The Germanic warriors believe the Mongol unit in front of them is truly collapsing. They did not see the trap fail at the Hunnic center. Attila's order not to pursue reaches them late through the noise of battle. Some of their chieftains believe this is their chance to deliver the final blow. A small force advances first. Then the entire wing follows. With every step, they move farther away from Attila's center. The fleeing Mongols suddenly split in two. The cavalry columns sent around the battlefield emerge through the dust and race toward the rear of the Germanic formation. Attila saw the trap. His allies did not. If Attila loses the entire wing, his center will be surrounded next. He gathers most of the elite cavalry he has kept in reserve and personally leads the attack. The Huns strike the thinnest point in the Mongol encirclement. Their swords widen the opening. From inside the trap, the surrounded Germanic warriors attack toward the gap. The Mongol ring breaks. Attila manages to pull part of the trapped force to safety. Close combat once again favors the Huns, and the battle returns to balance. But the rescue has come at a cost. Attila has committed most of the powerful reserve he could have saved for the final stage. The fresh cavalry held behind Genghis Khan's line is still waiting. The Mongol center begins to retreat, one step at a time. This time, even Attila cannot tell how much of the retreat is a trap, and how much is genuine exhaustion. If he stops, the Mongol horse archers will create distance and begin wearing down his army again. If he advances, he may create the opening Genghis Khan has been waiting for. Attila chooses to attack. The Hunnic center surges forward. Genghis Khan gives the final signal. The fresh cavalry held in reserve slams into the side of the Hunnic center. The retreating Mongol formation suddenly stops, turns, and attacks again. The Mongol units that shattered the Germanic wing also change direction and approach from a third side. Attila's army is now under pressure from three directions, but it does not collapse immediately. The Hunnic center holds its ground. The Germanic warriors fight desperately. Attila struggles to keep the men around him together, but the different formations can no longer move as one. One wing retreats while another continues attacking. Orders collide. Banners, battle cries, and clouds of dust blend into confusion. Attila sees the force holding his army together beginning to break. If he remains on the field, he will lose not only the battle, but everything left of his army. He does not panic. Attila gathers the Hunnic corps around him, launches one final attack against the weakest point in the Mongol line, and breaks through the encirclement. Attila survives. Part of his army escapes with him. But the battlefield belongs to Genghis Khan. This battle never happened. But under these conditions, based on the historical strengths of both armies, Genghis Khan would have roughly a 65% chance of victory. Attila was not weak. He recognized the first trap. He pushed back a Mongol wing in close combat. He rescued part of his surrounded force. If he had kept his entire army together, he could have won this battle, but Genghis Khan did not attack Attila's strength. He found the fracture inside Attila's coalition. He extended the battle. He forced Attila to commit his reserve early, then saved his own final blow for the perfect moment. Attila terrified the Roman world. Genghis Khan built an army designed to defeat other conquerors. On this battlefield, that difference decided everything.